Hey y'all, I'm back to show you the other two little golden books that I just finished up, and I'm really happy with these. I think they all turned out really cute, and they're all fairly old. I think this is the newest book. The other ones are from the 50s, and then this one I believe is 1970 something, but this one's super old. I'm gonna go through this one first, and I had never seen this one. Jessica Rapp sent this one to me, and when she sent it to me, I went searching for another one, and I found two more. So I have two other versions of this now too. They're super old, not as in good shape as this one was in, but really cute. One has the blue cover and one has a pink cover. So probably going to be making journals with those eventually. But same thing on this one. I put the little buttons and the little fabric piece up here, and the little buttons down here, stitched around the whole book. You know, the quilt piece I use the quilt piece for the spine, and stitched around the whole book. And there's some wonky stitching on this one as well. The back side of this one, I added a piece of scrapbook paper because the back side, this book is really old, and I just did not like the back of this book. So I covered that up. So I thought that was cuter. And it's signed back here, but you can tell with the back of this one that it's an older version as well, and then with the front of this. So I love this particular one. I wish they would go back to using this sort of orange color with the little alphabets and stuff. I really like that. So this one is, this is 1958. So I guess it just depends on the book as to what they did, because, some of the other ones were from the 50s too, but they changed the insides of these books, I guess, when they did special editions or something. I don't know. But, yeah, this is a really cute book. So I put a little wooden dice, vintage dice on here. Another one of the little wooden dominoes, another of the other little game pieces, and vintage buttons. And I love these little green buttons. That's a vintage button as well. Some little beads, wood beads, butterfly, some glass beads. There's a little turtle on this one. Really cute little heart button. I really like the charm on this one too. I like the way all the charms turned out. And then here's the scrappy tie. I think most of these, other than the new puppy, I used the same quilt. Like I used these quilt pieces on the ties are from a different quilt than what's on the spine. I didn't tell y'all that. And I didn't put buttons on the spine because of the charm, and then I have buttons here. I thought it would just be too much. So, and then there's a little pack of extra goodies, envelope, leftover scraps and stuff, and, a bag full of goodies to use. And the same thing as the rest of them, 100+ pages. The whole storybook's in here. This one I didn't add any rack in. I just left it like that. I used that same quilt piece on the inside of this binding, or this spine. And I just love this. I love this little book. I love them all, but I really like this one. Vintage ledger. Here is the little hidden paper clip in this one. So on this side, you've got the pocket with the tag and the little image that I fussy cut out of the boy with the little chicks. And all of them have the little felt buttons and rack on them. And then a little puppy on this side with the vintage layering little scraps with the vintage little, what do you call it, little index cards. And then you can see, it just holds things really well in there. So, like all of them. I love making these. I've made quite a few. I've got a ton of embellishments made. This was from the Mother Goose book. The deli paper, the cardstock, the music paper, the scrapbook paper. The story is stitched in. And I think I kept I think I kept most of it in the right order, but like in some cases, sometimes I'll flip the page over if I liked one image better than the other. This is from Dick and Jane, with the little boy playing with the puppy. I thought it'd be cute in here. And this is a big page from the Friendly book. And this you can use as an envelope. I didn't stitch around this one. I just did the page like that. So, and that's the middle of the signature, so I just tied the wax linen thread here like I did in the other ones. So you can decide how you want to use that. Lots and lots of space for journaling, lots and lots of space for pictures, you know, pockets here and there to tuck things in. Not a ton of pockets, but enough. And then enough extra pieces that you can make pockets and tuck spots. So that's the end of the first signature. It's the second. And that you can really see the aging on these pages, and just the coloring. The coloring in this book is really, really, really cool. This was another, no, this was from Mr. Dog. This was from Mr. Dog. And this was from Mr. Dog. Sorry about that. This is a larger golden book. One of the little vintage craft books. Vintage graph paper. This is another little, I was gonna sew this in, but I need to clip it in. I just actually tucked it in here for now so you can use it somewhere else. I didn't end up sewing it in. And then this, I believe, was from the Friendly book. So I think this is really cool. I love the colors in this. So that can be an envelope, okay? Or you can leave it like that. This is from the story. So the children are like, a puppy, the children cry, let's put him in our zoo. So they've got a bird and they got a rabbit, trying to make themselves a little zoo. Really cute little story. Dictionary, more cardstock from a really old vintage children's workbook, writing paper, vintage children's dictionary, tea-dyed. This is from a child craft book. This is a double-sided. Some of this paper in here is really nice scrapbook paper. It's double-sided. And there's a little turtle in his cage. The little Tweety bird. In the middle of this signature, I just left it and put the buttons in the middle of this. You can add pockets in here if you wish. Whatever you want to do with it. This is a really, really cute little book. And in this one, I did the little vintage flashcard. And then, so this is kind of a little tuck here. And then if you put it on a page, you know, you can glue it and make it a tuck spot, or you can just use it as a tag or however you want to. I just clipped it in. The Siamese cats. Another childcraft. Another Dick and Jane, with little boy playing with dog with Spot. And this is from another book, another vintage book that had some puppies on it, so I just added that in here. And then now in the middle of this signature, I'll put you some pockets with the buttons. I really love the way these turned out. I hope you guys like them. I have so much fun making these, and very flexible, you know, just lots of fun, super fun. Lots of room, you know, to grow. Lots of room to grow in here. And I really like doing sort of that flexible curved spine. It's just, they're fun in your hands. They feel really good in your hands, and just really cool little books. I like them. I really like Scamp. Well, I love them all. Y'all know that. But I hope these find their forever homes. I hope you guys like them as much as I do. So that's Scamp. And then the new puppy. Now, with this one, I just didn't add any other little buttons on the front. I really love this cover. I mean, I love all the covers, but I wasn't feeling it for this one, so I did add the charm. I put some, this is a game piece, you know, game pieces on here, a vintage domino, a vintage dice, some vintage buttons, the same little wooden beads, some glass beads. This one I did have this little dog charm, so I added him in there, if you can see him, little puppy charm. And, you know, just the glass beads. I put a turtle on there. It's a little blue heart. Just really, really, really cool. And then the tie on this one, I pieced this tie together with several different pieces. So there's, these are vintage quilt pieces here. And then these are just some other pieces of fabric I had. This was from an old, like valance drapery that I picked up at a thrift store a while back because I love the colors, and more quilt fabric. So a combination of vintage on this. But I actually think most of these fabrics are vintage. This is the only one I'm not sure about how vintage that is, but the rest of them are. But I like the colors. You know, I really try to do, you know, things that sort of coordinate but don't look, you know, not necessarily matchy, so to speak. But, so here's a little pack of goodies in here, and you can see I've added some extra fabric scraps. In this one, I did the tabs and the little bunny rabbit, Peter Rabbit card that I made into a tag. And the little tabs in this one are these three. And there's tabs in all of them that go with each book. I just haven't added the extra scraps to the other three yet, but I will. When you purchase, you know, if you purchase one of these, you'll get extra, you know, you'll get extra fabric scraps too. So, and then on this one, this is a different quilt. This was the backing on another quilt that I had, and then this is some other striped fabric that I just layered the two pieces together, and then I stitched through this whole book as well. I think the stitching probably came out best on this book than it did. My sewing machine was just giving me a time that day. But yeah, so it's not as, it's the stitching is better on this one, I think, than any of the rest of them. But it was just the way it was when I was working on them. So this book is so cute. This is a 1979, and this book was also in really good shape. Same thing, all the storybook pages are in here, stitched in. I really used the same types of papers from similar books. This was from Mr. Dog, the craft book, the story, the graph paper, the so I think in three of them I use, or in two of them I use this same little boy, 2 or 3 of them maybe, with the little chicks. But they're all different. Okay, and then on the back of this one was another one of those little vintage index cards with some scraps, and then this little boy with his puppy, and he's eating ice cream and he's got candy in the other hand. So that's the hidden paper clip here. And then there's a pocket here and a pocket here, but in the middle of the signature, I put this Childcraft page that's called Chums, and it's this little boy swimming in the pond with his dog. Really cute. And this was from This was also from Mr. Dog. Yeah, this was the page in there. And this is these pages, these and those Richard Scary pages are that nice thick matte paper, really nice paper. Little boy and his dog. I thought that was cute. In the craft book, they're making shoe shine boxes. And that's the end of the first signature here. And the second lays really flat like the rest of them do. I think this is one of my favorite images in the book of the little puppy sleeping. And he looks like he's got a, I guess he was cold or wasn't feeling well, so they put one of those hot water bottles on him. It's too cute. He must not been feeling good. Yeah. And this is the Mother Goose. Did make a pocket. I didn't stitch this one up, so you can glue that or tack it down. This was from Richard Scary book. Find your ABCs. And then this is from Mr. Dog, and I took this big page and I just kind of folded it up and made pockets here and stitched. So I thought it was cute. But you know, you can add other things. You can add other things or journal here, or add a picture here and put things in. The other side of the Richard Scary page, making alphabet soup. I hope you guys really like these. I had a lot of fun making them, as I always do. And these are some of my favorite. I think these are some of my favorite. This new puppy and that camp. These are some of my favorite little golden books. I really like the older ones. Dick and Jane, Vintage Ledger. Oh, and this came out of a vintage book that Jessica sent me, and I can't remember the name of it. It was really cool, really cute illustrations in that. Oh, the Children's Treasury. And I think there's a puppy on the other side or something with a dog in it. But there's the dictionary. And then this was out of another big book, and it had this little dog looking up the tree. So that could be an envelope, okay? You want it to be. And then there's another little flashcard that I did that's also it's kind of a little tuck spot here, and then if you glue it in, it'd be a tuck spot. And most of the little images that you see of some of them are pretty little studios, and then some of them I cut out of other things. I had some digital images that I had purchased that I cut out. Some of the little dogs are from that. Yeah, see there's a little boy and this little dog. Cute. So that's the end of the third signature, and this is the fourth. Uh-oh. The puppy got into the plants. Curious George page. And this is another one of the book pages stitched in. So he's teaching his new puppy tricks. This is from another little vintage book that I have about kids, and it's really cute. This little boy in here is always wearing this little cape with his helmet with the Superman, or with the S like for Superman on it. So I just pulled little boy stuff. So this really is, you know, geared more towards a boy and his dog, or just a little boy, or if you love these things like I do, you could use it however you wanted to. And this is my absolute favorite image from this book. I think I've told you guys that before, because I've made a journal from this book before, but I love this image of this little boy fishing at the pond with his dog. I absolutely love that. Just reminds me of my boys. So lots and lots of fun stuff from different books, lots of nice scrapbook paper and cardstock and ledger and graph paper and all that same old fun stuff that we like to use, and a bunch of little extra goodies. And yeah, so that is the new puppy. And all of these will be, when you see these videos go up, all of these will be listed in the shop. So it's the new puppy, and then Scamp's Adventure, and When Bunny Grows Up, and Mother Goose. So I hope you really enjoyed these. I hope you like them. And I love you guys, and I hope everybody's doing well and staying busy and staying healthy and all that good stuff. And hopefully we'll get back to a little bit more normal. I don't know if it'll ever be normal again, but hopefully I'll be back to work late June. We'll see. Meanwhile, I'll keep making journals, and I've got some other videos I want to do, and I apologize I haven't really done any. I've been keeping busy with my grandkids and you know, helping my kids out, getting things done and stuff like that. They're still working. So, yeah, I've been babysitting Sophie. And then looking forward to the new grandbaby that's coming in December. I'll have another December grandchild. But anyway, love you guys. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave me a comment. And I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.